Sanders gets caught favoring a reporter in press room after she takes one look at her. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders is very good at her job. However, during a recent discussion in the White House press room, she was caught favoring a reporter, and the reason why she did it is something you'd never expect. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders always gets the job done. Even when it seems like she's backed into a corner, she knows exactly what to say to prove she's got the situation handled. However, a recent incident occurred in the James Brady Briefing Room, where she was caught favoring a specific reporter. It all began after the long President's Day weekend when Sanders opened the Tuesday briefing with a statement about the tragic mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, last week. She honored the first responders and offered hopes and prayers to the families of those who lost their lives, according to Age Review. Sarah Sanders, who was wearing a fuchsia Eliza J dress, seemed to have already decided who she would call on first for questions. NBC News journalist Kristen Welker was her first pick for reasons that have some people thinking Sarah's favoring Welker after they took just one glance and noticed something eerily familiar about the pair. It seems the two women were wearing the same exact outfit. According to Daily Mail, the crepe-line dress, similar to one that regularly sells for nearly $1,000 from St. John's Knits but is currently on sale for under $400, features a bow-tied stand collar that made it completely obvious the two were undoubtedly dressed alike. "Mostly because we are matching," Sarah said, explaining why she was calling on Kristen first, eliciting a few laughs from the audience. "I feel like she earned the right for the first question." Of course, Kristen smiled and immediately got down to business after saying a brief, "Thank you." She continued, "Does the president now acknowledge what the special counsel indictments made clear, which is that Russians not only tried to meddle but interfere and influence the 2016 election?" she asked. Of course, it quickly became clear Sanders wasn't about to play favorites with Kristen, but rather, just gave her the first question solely because they were dressed alike. In fact, as soon as the question was asked, Sarah put her focus back on her job and got straight to business. She responded by insisting that President Donald Trump has acknowledged the Russian interference multiple times. "The president hasn't said that Russia didn't meddle," she stated. "What he's saying is it didn't have an impact, and it certainly wasn't with help from the Trump campaign. It's very clear that Russia meddled in the election." Kristen then fired back, asking why the president didn't implement the sanctions that Congress passed last year. Sarah responded, "Frankly, that's not completely accurate," she said. "Look, this president has been tougher on Russia, far tougher. There is a process that has to take place and we are going through that process." No matter what Sarah Huckabee Sanders is wearing, she always puts her job first, and the fact that Sarah and a reporter were wearing a matching outfit is of no real concern to her, even though the Twitterverse found it rather amusing. And for the record, Sarah wore it best.